नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते राधानाथ स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सकगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजन सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सकगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पदे गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसूते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ईश्वरा परम कृष्ण सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादिर गोविंदा सर्व कारण कारणम। हरे कृष्ण। By Lord Sri Krishna's causeless mercy, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita. So on Sunday morning India time, that is Saturday evening US time, we are in the third chapter now. We finished 20 slokas in the third chapter. And we will study 4 more slokas today. Like 4 slokas we are studying every Saturday evening US time. So the third chapter is Karma Yoga. So Krishna is teaching here because Arjuna asked the question in the very beginning of the third chapter, like, if you want me to use my intelligence, then why do you want me to fight in this battlefield? Why do you want me to fight in this? This is Arjuna told in the very first shloka, Jayasi chet karmanaste mata buddhi janardana tat kim karmani gore mam niyojayasi kesava. In this ghastly warfare, why do you want me to engage? Why do you want me to fight in this ghastly warfare? So that's what Arjuna asked. So now Krishna is teaching us about this karma yoga. So what we understand in this chapter, that we have no freedom, we have no independence. Everyone is forced to act helplessly by the 3 modes of material nature. So that is, we know for sure. And only by performing this karma yoga, we will be able to free ourselves from the 3 modes of material nature. So sometimes devotees ask, yoga is karma yoga or dhyana yoga or bhakti yoga, buddhi yoga, all such things, different yogas. But what we understand from Bhagavad Gita, that there are many different types of yogas. All are same. That's what we need to understand. So that is very clearly explained in Bhagavad Gita. In fact, Arjuna himself asked that question repeatedly to Krishna, that which one is the best? Giving up the activities or performing the activities and giving up the results? So which one is good? That is karmana, that is sannyasam karmana. Sannyasam karmanam Krishna punar yogam cha samsasi. So sannyasam karmanam means giving up the activities, not doing our duties. And then yogam cha samsasi. Yoga means performing our duties, performing our activities. So which one is best? So that's what Arjuna is asking. So Krishna is very clearly explaining to us in Bhagavad Gita that they both are not 2 different paths. That's what we need to understand. So that way, we need to do karma yoga. That is the important. For all of us, we have to perform karma. Karma means using our karmendriyas and doing our activities. So that's what is karma yoga. So we have 5 karmendriyas, the working senses. So using those senses, we can perform actions. So that is what is called karma yoga, karmendriyas. We perform those actions, but if we are not attached to the results, if we are not disturbed by the results, ube sukrita duskrite. So karmajam buddhi yuktagi palam tektva manishna. So ube sukrita duskrite tasmat yogaya yujyasva. That's what Krishna is teaching us. In the second chapter we studied. In the second chapter when Krishna was asking us to act with intelligence, so Krishna very clearly said that, so we should actually both in happiness and distress. That's what ube sukrita diskrite. So one should perform the activities. So tasmat yogaya yujyasva yoga karmasu kausalam. That's what Krishna. So in the second chapter, in the sloka number 50, buddhi yukta jahatiga. So buddhi yukta jahatiga ube sukrita duskrite tasmat yogaya yujyasva tasmat yogaya yujyasva yoga karmasu kausalam. So if we act in this life itself, in this life, now itself, ube, there is buddhi yukta jahatiga. Buddhi yukta jahatiga means in this life itself, if we act with intelligence, so both in happiness and distress, both in duskrute and sukrute and duskrute, ube sukrute duskrute, both in pious and both in good and bad results. So if we act with intelligence, so just perform just for the sake of doing it. That's why tasmat yogaya yujyasva. In another sloka, Krishna is telling Arjuna that tasmat yuddhaya yujyasva. So here Krishna in the second chapter in the sloka number 50, Krishna is saying that tasmat yogaya yujyasva. So just for the sake of performing the yoga, you just act. That's why tasmat yogaya yujyasva yogaga karmasu kausalam. So perform, so kausalam means the art of performing duty. So that way in this life itself we can get rid of the both good and bad results. That's what is possible if we are able to act with intelligence. So in the second chapter also, Krishna is teaching in the sloka number 38 also, that is sukha dukke samay kritva labha labho jaya jayo tado yuddhaya yujyasva. So yuddhaya yujyasva means just for the sake of fighting, you fight. Tato yuddhaya yujyasva naivam papam avapsisi. You are not going to get any sins if you just fight for the sake of fighting. So if you perform this yoga for the sake of doing, then we are not going to get any sins. But if we are attached to the results, then immediately sin will overcome. So immediately we have to face the results if we are attached to the results. So that's what this entire Karma Yoga Krishna is teaching us. In fact, in the last week when we studied those 4 slokas, they're really very, very important slokas. Very nicely Krishna is teaching us. So we need to find happiness within the self. Atmarati, Atma Tripti, Atma Santusta. So if we are able to achieve that, then there is no work for us to do. So that means first we need to work. First we need to act. But we need to act without any attachment to the results. So then the result of not getting attached to the result, results is no work. Then no bondage to work. That is the result. So every action has got result. Whatever we do, it has got results. So if we are attached to the results, then we are bound. Then we will have to do more work. Then we have to keep doing work in this way. We are not free at all. We are forced. We are forced all the time. We are forced to act in this material way if we are attached to the results. But if you are not attached to the results, then the result of not getting attached to the result is that we will not be forced to work. There is no more bondage to work. So that is the secret. That is the secret of this Bhagavad Gita. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is teaching us that we are all forced to work. All of us are forced to work. Not even a single moment one can refrain from doing something. Nahi kasyati kshanamapi jatu tistati akarmakrit karyatege avassaka karma sarvaga prakriti jayat gunai. So the gunas, the 3 modes of material nature, so they are always forcing us to act. But how we can get out of that force? That is only by ourselves not getting attached to the results. That is the only thing. That is the only secret. Tasmat asaktaga satatam karyam karma samachara. That's all. That's it. Asaktaga satatam karyam karma samachara. So therefore, you perform all your duty without any attachment to the results. That's why tasmat asaktaga satatam karyam karma samachara. If you do like that, asaktohi acharan karma. If you are not attached, asaktohi, so then if you are able to perform our duties, if you are able to act without any attachment, so asaktohi acharan karma, then what is the result? The result is no work, no bondage to work. So that means when we are now no longer bonded to work in this way, that means we are no longer bonded to take birth in this way. So that means we are not going to come back to this material world again. That means we are going to go to Krishna's well. That's why tasmat asaktohi acharan karma, paramapnoti purushaka. So we'll attain the Supreme Person. We'll go to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. That's why paramapnoti purushaka, parama purusham, Krishna. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, will go to him if we are not attached to work. So that is the reason Krishna is teaching in Bhagavad Gita that you have a right to perform your duty, but you don't have any right over the results. So the results don't belong to you. And never consider yourself the cause of the results. And never be attached to not doing your duty. So that way, there is no option for us to renounce our actions. There are no options for us to renounce our actions. So we have to act. That is very much true. We have to act, but we should act without any attachment. So that technique, that strength, that knowledge, that dhriti, that determination, everything we will get only with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So when we study Bhagavad Gita, when we understand Bhagavad Gita fully, so then because with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we will get ourselves attached to Krishna. We will start loving Krishna. So when we love Krishna, when we surrender unto Krishna, when we do everything for Krishna, so that means our mind is filled with Krishna consciousness, Krishna's memory. So that way we will be fully attached to Krishna. So that means we are no longer attached to material sense objects. So that's it. This Bhagavad Gita is very clear and very easy to understand. Very, very easy to understand. That's what this Karma Yoga is about. So that way, we cannot say that this Karma Yoga is, we cannot even ask the question, is Karma Yoga good or Buddhi Yoga good? Not like that. So, we all are same. That is the main thing. There is no difference between them. They are all same. So, the only question should be asked, for whom we are doing our activities. That is the main thing. For whose sake, for whose benefit. That is the main thing. So anything we do in this way, we are doing it to please someone. Anything we do, whatever we do, right from morning to evening, every time in our activities, daily activities, whatever we do, so we are always doing to please someone. So here, our goal is to please whom? To whom we want to please? We want to please Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. So that way, if we act, if we do everything only for the satisfaction of Krishna, then there is no bondage. Then nothing is going to bind us to this material world. Brahmanadaya karmani sangam tektva karotyaga lipyate nasa papena padmapatram ivambasa. So if we do everything for Krishna, that's what Brahmanadaya. Krishna is the Param Brahman. So Brahmanadaya. So for the sake of Krishna. So if we do all the activities for pleasing Krishna, Brahmanadaya karmani, sangam tyaktva karotyaga. So if we give up the attachment, if we perform all our duties only for pleasing Krishna, then lipyate nasa papena, then we will not be bound to sins. We will not get any sins. Lipyate nasa papena, padma patram ivambasa. Like padma patram, like a water in the lotus leaf. So that's what padma patram is, a lotus leaf. Ambasa is water. So water on the lotus leaf, it is not binding, it's not touching. So similarly, but still it stays on the lotus leaf. Like that, we are in this material well, but we should not be connected to this material well. We should not be attached to this material well. So that is possible only by ourselves connecting with Krishna, by ourselves attaching with Krishna. So that is what is known as Krishna consciousness. So with Krishna consciousness, by doing all our activities as an offering unto Krishna, with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, then we will be able to make use of all our body, all like Kayena, Manasa, Buddhya, Kevalaihi, Indriyairapi, Yoginaga, Karma, Kurvanti, Sangam Tektva, Atma Suddhaye. So we will be able to do all our activities using our body, mind, senses, intelligence, everything only for the purification of our soul, purification of our self, Atma Suddhaya. So that's how we need to do all our activities in our life, only for the purification of our soul, our self. Yuktaga karma palam tyaktva santimapnoti naistikim ayuktaga kamakarena pale sakto nibadhyate. So if we are yuktaga karma palam tyaktva, so when we perform our activities without attachment to the results, karma palam tyaktva means when we give up the attachment to the results. That's what karma palam tyaktva. Then what is the result of that? We are going to get peace of mind. Santi maapnoti naistikam. Ayuktaga kamakarenam. So due to our desires, material desires, if you want to gratify the sense objects, ayuktaga, if you are not properly engaged in Krishna consciousness, ayuktaga kamakarenam pale sakto nibadhyade. So pale sakto. So if we are attached to the results, so then we are bound to this material world. We are bound. So that is what is known as bondage to work, bondage to birth. So that way we need to perform all the activities only for Krishna with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita has got only 18 chapters, 700 verses. So it is very easy for us to study all these slokas and understand and follow. And we can follow. By Krishna's mercy, if we are very much faithful, if we have faith on Krishna, then definitely Krishna is going to guide us. Krishna is going to guide us and he will make sure that we will get enough opportunities to please Krishna, to serve Krishna. Unlimited opportunities. We'll keep on getting more and more opportunities to please Krishna. So that way, we will be able to progress towards Krishna. As many times in the past I have mentioned very clearly from Bhagavad Gita, that whatever progress we make towards Krishna, that's going to be permanent. So we are not going to lose at any point of time. So that's why we should make as much progress as possible in this life itself. We should make as much progress as possible in this life itself with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So this is a great opportunity for all of us. So we are now making great progress. So then last week we studied in that sloka, in the sloka number 20, like sloka number 19, we studied that Krishna said about if you like without any attachment, if you work, then you will attain the Supreme Person. And Krishna gave an example of who attained like that. So karmanaivagi samsiddhi mastita janakade. So Janaka, so that is father of Sita. So Janakadaya, karmanaivagi samsiddhi mastita janakadaya. So lokasangraham, so evapi sampasyan kartum arvasi. So just for the benefit of this world, you do your duties. That's what. So it's applicable for all of us, applicable to all of us. We just have to perform our duty just for the benefit of this world, just for everyone. So that way, by Krishna's causeless mercy, we will be able to do. Now in the next sloka, sloka number 21, in the 3rd chapter, Krishna is continuing that. Yadyadacharati srestras tattadeve taro janaka sayat pramanam kurute lokastadanuvartate. So yadyad acharati srestas. So srestaha means a good person, a leader, a respectable leader. Srestas. So srestaha. So yadyad acharati. So whatever action he performs. So whatever action a leader performs, yadyad acharati srestas. Tadda deve taro janakam. So the common men, janaka, the common men will just follow. So that's why tadda deve taro janakam. So sayat pramanam kurute. So whatever examples he sets, sayat pramanam kurute, lokas tad anuvartate. So this locus, again this locus is this well, this all the well, this locus, this well will just follow his footsteps. That's what anuvartate, follow his footsteps. So that way, Krishna is asking all of us to study and understand Bhagavad Gita and to act in such a way that we will set an example for others. Arjuna is a very nice example. Arjuna is an excellent example. Arjuna, in the battlefield, in the very beginning, he told Krishna that, Govinda, I shall not fight. Nayotse iti Govindam. Then after understanding the entire Bhagavad Gita, he told Krishna that, Govinda, I am going to do what you say. I will act as per your instructions. That's what he said. The same person, just before listening, before understanding Bhagavad Gita knowledge, before getting the Bhagavad Gita knowledge from Krishna, so he told Krishna that, Govinda, I shall not fight. But after he fully got the Bhagavad Gita knowledge from Krishna, then he told Krishna that, Govinda, I am going to fight now. That's it. So this Bhagavad Gita just changed everything. So with the Bhagavad Gita knowledge, so we will be, Arjuna has set a great example for all of us. At the end of Bhagavad Gita, if Arjuna still, Krishna still gave the option to Arjuna. So Arjuna at that time, at the end, if he decided not to fight, so Krishna told Arjuna very clearly, so now you decide what to do. So that's what Krishna said. Now, in fact, Krishna said that if you fight, if you listen to me, if you fight, that is good for you. Matchittaga sarvadurgani matprasadat Matchittaga sarvadurgani matprasadat tarisyasi. So if you just think about me, if you do everything, then you will be freed from all miseries. Atachetvam ahankarat nasrosasi vinakshasi. But due to ahankara, due to false ego, if you don't listen to me, then it is not good for you. Atachetvam ahankarat nasrosasi vinakshasi. So that way, Krishna told Arjuna very clearly, gave the option. But Arjuna at the end, after getting the complete knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, he fought. He fought for Krishna. And he has set such a great example for all of us. That's why we are studying Bhagavad Gita today. We are all studying Bhagavad Gita today because Arjuna is a great example for all of us. So now, we all have to follow like Arjuna. We have to act as Arjuna did with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. We need to use in our life. We need to set examples for others. We need to become respectable leaders. Yadyadacharati srestas. That is very much possible. By Krishna's mercy, it is going to be possible. If you get the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, then we are going to just simply use the Bhagavad Gita, use the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. That's it. So Krishna is continuing in the next sloka, in the sloka number 22. Krishna says very, very clearly, it's a very important sloka. Krishna is talking about himself. Name partasti kartavyam trishu lokeshu kinchana nanavaptam avaptavyam vartayeva cha karmani. O Partha, name partasti kartavyam trishu lokesu kinchana. In all the three worlds, there is no duty for me to do. Nothing is binding me to do any duty. So Krishna came to this world, but Krishna was not forced to accept a body like us. Krishna came in his own body. So ajopisan avyayatma bhutanam iswaropisan prakritim swamadhishtaya sambhavami atma mayaya. So Krishna appeared himself in his own body. So nothing was forcing him, nothing was binding him. So, but still Krishna came here. And what is Krishna is saying that? Nanavaptam avaptavyam varta evacha karmani. So, Krishna is saying that there is nothing like I need to get something by doing the work. For us, we have to work. We have to act. If we don't act, then we are in big trouble. Then we cannot even meet our daily needs. But unfortunately, without the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, people in this material world, they are acting too much. That's the problem. We have to act, but we should not be acting too much. We should be happy with whatever we are getting, and sariram kevalam karma kurvan napnoti kilbisham. So only for maintaining our body, if we act, then we are not going to get any sins. Sariram kevalam karma kurvan napnoti kilbisham. But here, people in general, in this material world, without the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we are acting too much. We are doing too much attachments to the material sense objects. Nobody is satisfied with what they have. So that is a different problem. So here Krishna is saying that you have to act, but Krishna is saying here, I don't have to obtain anything by acting. So for us, we need to definitely act to live here. But Krishna is not like that. But still he came here, and still Krishna was driving Arjuna's chariot. There was nothing binding him. Krishna was listening to Arjuna's order. When he was driving Arjuna's chariot, Arjuna definitely told Krishna many times that Krishna, stop now. Stop, Krishna, stop. Turn left, Krishna. Turn right, Krishna. Stop. Go fast. All such things. Because Arjuna is the one commanding there. And Krishna is just driving the chariot. At that point of time, Arjuna cannot think, oh, Krishna is my friend. He knows everything. He will do everything, not like that. But he has to order Krishna. Even in the very beginning itself, सेनयोरुभयोर मध्ये अर्जुन उवाच सेनयोरुभयोर मध्ये रथं स्थापय मे अच्युता यावदेता निरीक्षेयगं योद्धकामान् अवस्थितान् कैर्मया सह योद्धव्यम् अस्मिन् रणसमुद्यमे. So Achyuta, please take my chariot between both the armies. That was Arjuna is simply asking Krishna, giving job to Krishna. So Krishna did that. Evamuktva Rishikesam Gudakesaka Parantapa Senayor Ubayor Madhyem Stapayitva Ratottam. So Evamuktva Rishikesaka Gudakesena Bharata. So Gudakesa. So that way Krishna is doing a lot of activities here, but he is not forced to do anything. So that's why Krishna is saying that Name Patasti Kartavyam Trishulokesu Kinchana Nanavaptam Avaptavyam Vartayevacha Karmani. So there is nothing binding me to work, and nor I have to obtain anything by working, but still Krishna is working. That's what he is saying in the next sloka. In the sloka number 23, Krishna is saying that Yadhyaham navarteyam jatu karmanyatendritaka atandritaka mamavatmanuvartante manushyaha pata sarvashaga yadiyagam navarteyam jatu karmani atandritakam. If I don't act with care, so Krishna is acting very carefully. If I don't act, if I don't do this duty, if I am not setting an example for all of us, so then people will simply follow me. So mama vatmanu vattante manushyaga partha sarvasaka. So that way Krishna is, if Krishna didn't give the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita for us, that is the main thing. Nothing binding Krishna to come and give this Bhagavad Gita for us. Due to our ahankara, due to our false ego, we are in this material world and we are struggling, we are suffering due to our false ego, ahankara. We have so much of material attachments to the material sense objects. We are struggling and suffering. So, it's only out of his causeless mercy. Krishna is so much merciful upon us because he is our supreme father. So, he is our destination. He is everything. He is our refuge. He is our friend. Gatirbarta Prabhu Sakshi Nivasaga Saranam Suhurt Prabhavaga Pralayagastanam Nidanam Bijamavyayam. So that's why Krishna is taking care of us so much. He wants to help us. He wants us not to suffer in this material world. So he wants us to go to Krishna's well. So that's why he has come here and he's giving this knowledge to us, even though nothing is binding him to do. That's what we need to understand. Nothing is forcing him to do. So that's why it is known as causeless mercy. It is Krishna's causeless mercy. So that's why Krishna is saying that nothing is binding me, but yadikyakam na varteyam jatu karmani atandrataka mama vartamanu vartante manushyaga pata sarvasaga, because everyone will follow me. So that way I won't be, if I don't set a nice example, if I don't teach Bhagavad Gita to all of you, so then you will be in big trouble. Imagine if Krishna didn't come and if Krishna didn't give this knowledge to us, this Bhagavad Gita knowledge to us. That means we don't even know about our own self. That means we will be lost forever in this material well, material ocean. Now, this Bhagavad Gita is only our hope in our life. Just with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, only we understand that we are controlled by the three modes of material nature. We are struggling and we are suffering in this material world. We are going through repeated birth, age, old age, disease and death, and we need to finish an end to it. We need to bring an end to this suffering. All these things are happening only with the Bhagavad Gita knowledge. So that's why in the next sloka, in the sloka number 24, Krishna is saying that Utsideyugu ime loka na kuryam karma chedagam sankarasya cha kartasyam upaganyam imaga prajaga. So Nakuryat karma chetakam. If I did not do my duty, if I don't come here, if I don't do my duty, even though there is no duty, is there for Krishna. Trishaloke Sukkinchana. So Krishna is not forced to act. Krishna is free from everything. In fact, everything is controlled by Krishna. But if I didn't do all these things, so Krishna is telling Arjuna, because Krishna is asking Arjuna to fight, to protect righteousness, to establish dharma. So that's why Krishna is saying here that if I did not do my duty, nakuryam karma chetakam, then sankarasya cha kartasyam, then I will be the cause for the increase in unwanted population. If Krishna did not do that, even though nothing is binding him to do that, even though nothing is forcing him to do that, but due to his causeless mercy, he wants us to get out of this material, this temporary miserable place. But Krishna is saying here that if I didn't do that, so sankarasya cha kartasyam. Sankara means unwanted population. So in the first chapter, Arjuna uses this word sankara. So when he talks about the kula dharma, the family tradition, dharmenaste kulam krishnam adharmo abhibhavatyuta adharmo abhibhavat krishna pradusyamti kulastriyaga strishu dustasu varshneya jayate varna sankaraga. Jayate varna sankaraga. This sankaraga. Sankaro narakayaiva kulagnanam kulasya. This unwanted population will make this world as hell. So that's why Krishna is saying here that sankarasya cha kartasyam upahanyam imaga prajaga. So because of that, this world, these people in anything. So I will be the cause for the unwanted population. So that's why Krishna, even though nothing is binding him, nothing is forcing him, Krishna came here and did everything because he is so much merciful upon us. But now Krishna is asking us to do. Whatever Krishna says to Arjuna, everything is directly applicable to all of us. So we should not be attached to material sense objects. We should not be attached to Bhoga and Aishwarya in this material world. We don't want to lose our intelligence. We don't want to become fools. So we don't want to become mudas, fools. So we want intelligence. We want to act with intelligence. So that means we need to have this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita and do everything for Krishna. So that way we should set an example for everyone. So then people will follow. So that way this Bhagavad Gita is the dharma. This Bhagavad Gita is everything for us. So if we just get this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita fully, and if we just follow Bhagavad Gita as according to what Krishna says, according to the principles of Bhagavad Gita, then our life will become very, very useful. Otherwise, our life will be very, very miserable. So that is the fact. This material world is full of miseries. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we are getting this knowledge. Definitely we are making progress. We will be definitely able to go to Krishna's way. Hare Krishna. I will stop now and we will discuss if any questions are there. Hare Krishna.